platform, live streaming platform. So I need to get used to navigating now on YouTube, but it is all good. I think it does my brain very good when I need to learn, when I've got so many new things to learn. So yes, thank you so much, and I'm so sorry for cook. So it seems, why would there be, Sherry, welcome. Please do let me know as soon as you're able to see. So this would probably be my test live, because you are telling me that the screen is just black. So yeah, please just update me. I've got no idea why it would be black, but yeah. So do let me know if this changes. Is it still black? I've got no idea. It seemed to be fine from my side. Yes. Okay, so there's a green screen. Okay. Okay. Hi guys. I hope that you can see me by now. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to hear that the screen isn't black anymore. So, okay. Thank you for your patience with me. That, yes, all these new things that I need to learn, and all the different platforms that I have to learn to navigate. And then sometimes, you know, it seems that some things you need to just, it's just trial and error. I just need to go live and check it out, and then that's it. I'm all out there and such. But anyway, how, welcome. It is Friday, and I hope that you've had a good week. Even if you have not, make the best of whatever comes your way at any given time. And I hope that you will have an amazing weekend. I hope that you've got something planned. As for myself, I've got studies planned. I have another Thai lesson, reading, writing tomorrow morning. So, and I am very pleased to tell you guys that the reading and writing is coming along very good. And then some interesting facts that happened today. So I went to see Ashley. She looked very beautiful today, again, as usual. And she went to the salon today, and her hair was nice and straightened and such. So she, yeah, looked amazing. She looks amazing anyway. It doesn't matter what her hair looks like or whatever. She always looks amazing. So yes. And she sends you guys her regards, and she's very thankful for all of your support and everything. And then it's been a not too hot day. It's been good. I think it's going to rain again a little bit later. And then one of the people, one of the ladies from one of Ashley's, I'm not sure if it's her grandmother or her mother, has given me a whole bag of mangosteens, and I just love mangosteens. Oh my goodness. So it seems, I think it's a bag like this on Wednesday, and then she gave me another one on today, today, this afternoon. And it's like I haven't even finished the previous bag, but no worries. At least, it won't go off within a few days' time. So I know that I'm going to have a lot of mangosteens for the next couple of days, but I'm very thankful, and it's such a nice gesture. And then the other thing, as I was crouching down earlier to find something on my bottom shelf in the cupboard, my best jeans decided to tear. So these are my oldest tie jeans. They're 3 years old, or just over 3 years. I think I got them beginning of 2023, and they're just so comfortable, and I just love them and everything. They used to be as dark as my scarf, but with all the sun and washing and everything, this is what it looks like now. And then yes, now I feel like a teenager again. I don't know about you guys, but when I was in high school, I had a jean that was torn, and I think you still get them these days, or the people just tear them themselves. So yeah, there you go. And okay, so thank you so much for joining. And I think we're already on 6 minutes, but that's because in the beginning I didn't understand why you guys are telling me that there's only a black screen. So I think it's just those first couple of seconds. So unlike YouTube, perhaps, as soon as I hit the live button, you're able to see me. But on my side, it showed gray as well. So it was looking different from my side as well. So maybe perhaps it just takes a few seconds. And then for your messages to come through, obviously it takes a while as well. Okay, so without much further ado, the piece that I'm going to read to you guys today is called Judgment Day. So Ashley wrote this back in April 2024. The best and the worst things in life come to us unexpectedly. When it's something good, we call it a surprise. When it's not, we call it a shock. What I experienced was a horrific shock. All the more so because even though I was forewarned of its possible outcome, I still remained absolutely unimaginable to me. It was on that day that I became painfully aware of a reality that has until thus far only existed in the stories of others, but which has somehow become my own. I was confronted with one of the hardest blows that life can deal. For if it is not your health, it is your freedom. And upon much consideration, I believe that there be nothing worse than anything that would fall into either of these categories, death being entirely different matter. In all of these 17th century novels that I love to read, women seem to be fainting all the time. I thought that perhaps we've outgrown it in the modern age, but then maybe it's just because we don't get shocked too easily anymore. As to myself, I can't recall the last time I fainted without having the first spring to mind, perhaps because in my 20-odd years, there has only been 2 times. These 2 occurrences happened a year apart, probably by only a few days, and I often wondered if it could have been an ominous foreboding of what awaits me. But prisoners love to brood and see the things that happen that happy 20-year-olds would never notice. Happy as I was very concerned and careful not to undo any of the hard working that led to my newly sculpted body that I've come to love so much. Fearful lest a certain pair of blue eyes should look at me scornfully when I returned to the island after a 3-week visit to my family. Poor thing. Skipping meals where nobody would notice, so as to be less troubled about having a relatively hearty appetite whenever they do. Thinking by doing so, I am craftily avoiding any concerned commentary from my loved ones, while assuaging my own longing for food from home that I'm having for the first time in over a year. But on that particular day, I have not yet given myself the pleasure, and quite ironically, As we were waiting for our food to be prepared at the deli, I passed out. Right there in the middle of the grocery store, I opened my eyes and found myself lying down, looking up into the faces of worried bystanders huddling around me. No one carries smelling salts anymore, but a sugary beverage did the trick, though less elegantly, of course. Is there anything that escapes the notice? Is there anything that escapes the notice of a mother when her daughter is under the same roof? She saw some depth of this incident that I did not care to contemplate, and I answered her loving reprimands with sweet, if not sound, assurances of my own. The second and last time was not self-inflicted and was of much more consequence. I had been waiting for over an hour already, seated on a single plastic chair in the middle of the room, placed in front of a large projector screen. On my left was an officer sitting by his laptop. On my right was an empty chair where the translator should have been, and the door which I thought signified my exit, never to return. I was dressed in an oversized brown shirt and a darker toned wrap-around skirt. My dreadlocks were done into a French braid to constrain some of its wildness. But why are they so late? I'm cold. I'm not used to an air-conned room. It was as if the cool air made me feel more nervous somehow. But I fought off the nerves by repeating my preparation for battle. Verses from the books of Deuteronomy, Joshua, Jeremiah. Have they forgotten about me? Is this the correct date? Inhale, exhale, deep breaths. Relax your shoulders. Don't clench your hands. Sit up straight. Was the general tone of my uninteresting soliloquy until finally the judge entered and went through all the formalities. Urgency for survival prompted me to learn their language at top speed. But I cannot say how efficiently I learned, because of my stressful circumstances and horribly altered environment. And though I did my best, I was not good enough to adequately prepare for a court of law. As the reading of the verdict commenced, I attentively applied myself to follow each word, but indeed, I only picked up a cluster of words here and another bundle there, and at length grew weary and impatient, and abandoned the effort altogether. After all, what I really wanted to know comes at the very end, and surely enough, she made her way there, and in the same tone that varied at once, she pronounced the last word, as if reading the name of some negligible item on a grocery list. She said, Talot Shuit, all the life. And the gravel sounded. I perceived the room anew with a frightening crispness. Her words were not left hanging in the air, but shot out of the screen and ricocheted off the back wall and pierced through my heart. The chilly air turned the blood in my veins to ice and froze my eyelids. In a feeling of panic, the lights of what I've never before experienced surged through my body, all the more frenzied because of my utterly calm outward appearance, and all I can think is, okay, and? They must have misunderstood my silence for incomprehension, yet it was not the language that presented any difficulty, for I fully knew what punishment I would suffer should I fight my case and lose, and could call it by its name as fluently as any Thai would. But the actuality of it couldn't be. And so I kept my eyes fixed on the judge to hear her pronounce another word, but there was none. The best they could provide me with during the video conference court session is to fetch the best English-speaking Thai prisoner to serve as my translator. I looked at him incredulously as he started by summarizing the reasons for my having been found guilty. I took none of it in. I was temporarily brought out of my doze only when it was required of me to respond. He addressed me in a voice that would be used to mollify a toddler who doesn't want to go to bed, as if the tone of voice could make the meaning less harsh. You have been sentenced to life imprisonment, and adding most delicately, do you understand? Yes, I understand, but I don't accept it. I'm fighting, I blustered. Tell her I'm fighting. You may do so, but for now, what you have is a life sentence. The third time I heard that word, the world around me went black. My body, that had been master of itself up until that point, fell limp to the floor. It was just too much to handle, and my body responded to what my mind couldn't grasp by simply shutting down. Almost as quickly as I felt that I opened my eyes and heard the officer calling for assistance. I feebly supported myself, half sitting, half lying down, and as I was helped onto the chair by the translator who returned with a nasal inhaler, I did not once tear my gaze from that screen. She didn't even look at me. Had she taken but one glance at me, perhaps there would have been the possibility of my supplicating countenance invoking mercy in her dark-robed breast. But it was not to be, and not once did I get to look into the eyes of the one who's brought me the worst news I've ever received. Yes, my dear child, the reason being, she knew you were not guilty. Walking out of the room, I saw all these pairs of eyes swim before me in turbid waters. The eyes that would not look at me. Those that would now do anything if they be able to do so. Two pairs of brown eyes, slightly different shades, in search of their sister, the watchful eyes of my mother, and a pair that I would have mistaken for my own had it not the distinguished glint of a father's grief. I didn't cry. My best friend's grandmother used to say that we shouldn't cry over just anything, because one day we'll kick a rock and find that we have no more tears left to cry. Well, now, here we are. I thought my tears have dried up until that first phone call the day after. My darling mother, by then you must have cried many of your own tears, but you answered the phone with your strong arms, carrying buckets to catch each drop of mine. I saw your face and my heart shattered. I wept profusely. Your baby isn't going back to you. Your youngest daughter has been given a life sentence in Thai prison. Mommy, I'm not going home. Oh, vanity. How handsome you look standing on the scaffold. Your noose is gold. Your silver is a mirror. Money and beauty. How greatly your wealth diminishes when viewed from this angle. And I'm left thus, body secured, the word talot shuit, hanging over my head like the blade of a guillotine, suspended, and I raise my eyes, only to look and see my executioner turn around and walk away. With love, Ashley. So this was First Judgment Day back in August 2021. On the 18th, I believe it was the 18th of August. And I dare not think about that day. It is still just as if it is a movie, you know, playing in front of our eyes. So yes, but there you go. Thank you guys for joining. I really do appreciate, and yes, may you guys have an amazing weekend. God bless you and keep you. Until next week. And now I need to find the switch off switch.